I wouldn't say I regret it because I mean it's hard. You always when things don't work out as you expect them to be, I think you always regret them. When you don't do as much points as you think you could do, you always regret doing some stuff. And I think I don't regret it, but I think I in this case should have had a better approach at things. And I think that's the way I can think. Like if I'm going to use DRS, I need to be 100% sure I'm going to do it, and I have to play double, triple amount of triple the amount of the attention that I do on stuff. But for example, I had Grand Prix. I think it was the first on Australia that I had 12 points. I think, and that could have been the best. Uh, could have been the best weekend for me to use it. But yeah, I wouldn't have known at the time. But I think that overall, the best circuits where you can use the DRS is circuits that usually tend to not have much of fighting. And I don't know, Singapore could be an option as well. But Singapore also has reliability issues, so yeah, it's it's confusing. So to end peak, I don't know, stick.
Um, Nunu, I think we all guess your answer since you're leader of the championship. You maintain the record of so far the most points won in a race. Um, would you recommend, or would you say to everyone, guys, you should have used definitely in Australia?
I mean, for me at the time, it was a gamble as well because it certainly is a gamble. You need to, but I think it's a controlled gamble because, for example, Monaco exists. So I mean, it's much more wiser to use in certain races. So it's not 100% of a gamble, but you can calculate it. And my thought process at the time, being the first race, was I saw the practices, I saw everything basically. I saw qualifying, and the gap between the teams was so massive. Like, not even between P1 and the rest, even between P1 to P2 to P2 to P3, the gap was so clear at the beginning. It was stupidly clear, and I was like, this is so dangerous because the race could go so wrong in so many things because it's the first race. And the first race, anything can happen. The drivers are getting used to things. But that weekend went out so clean, so nothing happening. It's like, why not? Why not? And I know that by doing this, even if it doesn't go well, I get P1 probably. Even if it didn't go like super well, mine fortunately did. But even if it didn't, okay, I'm gonna get P1 and can try and control that from then on. I wasn't expecting to create that gap in the beginning, honestly. I didn't know that I was gonna be like one of the best performances, even without the boost in that race. And we have seen this season, there has not been a race even near the 10 points, I think, for anyone. I don't think anyone has been even close to 10 points. I did 11 and I doubled them. So, I mean, looking at it now, of course, it was a really amazing, fantastic decision, but it was as much of a gamble as putting in basically any other race. But I read the data, I read the sentiment that I felt at the time, and I think my decision was thought about. It wasn't just impulse. It wasn't just my will to, I want to use it now just to get the lead. No, I really felt like that was going to be a race where I could capitalize on it. Just the way I did was, I didn't expect that. Not even me. I think that it went too well.
So for the ones that are going to use the boost,
and sorry, what I've been saying during the season, and I think it's really gonna happen. And maybe there's gonna be one, at most two more chances of this. It's gonna be very rare for a race to have someone doing more than 10 points. So basically equaling the boost that I did. That has been my really confident stroke this season. Is that I really doubt someone is gonna manage to synchronize their boost with their best performance in the best race this season. And now the gap is closed. Like, there is no deciding winner on the races, because for the first few races it was Mercedes. Mercedes was the best team for the first four races or five. It was clear cut. So everyone was choosing Mercedes. It was just like, can you get P1 and P2? Or can you know which one is going to win and maybe the other is going to have some problems, you know? But you know, one of them was going to be on the top and you could ride that wave, kind of. And I don't think you can do it now. I think Ferrari has closer, especially Hamilton. I think Verstappen has got in the mix. I think McLaren on there, they can go in the mix. This has just, everything is mixed in the bowl now. And I know people cannot go into these kind of weekends and they just can confidently say, "Oh, Hamilton is going to win tomorrow," you know, because it's not even near 50% confidence that it's going to happen. It can happen anything. Knowing Ferrari, he can fucking DNF with a wheel stuck to the car. Knowing Mercedes, one of the cars can goddamn explode. Knowing Red Bull, Verstappen can just snort cocaine and go P1. You know, you don't know. So
We'll see.
right now, I'm feeling confident in that sense.
Heading on what Nunu was saying, that's another thing that I was going to ask you guys. You know that besides the championship, there are always other categories. I think we somehow explored in previous analysis, the Cup and Epic races. But regarding to other categories, for example, pole position conquer, driver of the day, how do you guys feel about this category so far? Because if we see in detail, we know that, for example, in the sprint championship, I think it was me actually leading so far. So I'm leading this one. On the driver of the day, I think it's Tico Schumacher. Yeah, that's it. Well, in epic races so far, it's the GridRush, which within there are three drivers that are here amongst today. Me, Barbara Stappen, and Jimmy Leake, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not. Sorry, no, it's not Barbara Stappen. It's Too Fast to Beat. Sorry, I was saying something wrong. And yeah, so my question for you guys is: do you think that for the people that are not leading the championship, which is Jimmy Leake so far, do you think that this kind of categories can give them a boost to be better in the championship, or in the end it doesn't matter because championship is championship and the other categories, yes, there are prizes to be given, but they don't add that much when it comes truly speaking about the championship itself? Maybe I'll start with Thomas on this one, if that's okay.
I'm just gonna keep it very short. They can have the Mickey Mouse trophies. I don't care.
But you can say that you wouldn't like to have other trophies, can you?
I just want the championships. You know that.
So any other trophies for you is just peanuts.
It's nice to have, but it's not the one I want.
Okay, that's loud and clear. I hear you. Let's hear from Barbara Stappen. What do you have to say on, for example, regarding the pole position? We know that you are pretty much equal to your ex teammate, Capitão Moura. Is this something that you value as well, João?
Why are you talking about my exes?
because because I
I'm
can't.
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Because I
I'm
don't
kidding.
know how to talk about anything else, so I'm sorry about that.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, Thomas. I'm gonna play a bit with you because yesterday Francisco said we are missing a bit of stinging and spicy. So that's not Mamba mentality, my friend. That's not how Barbostappen works. I want it all, baby. If you can have it all, I want it all. That's what I have to say.
Okay, okay, loud and clear. What about you, Nunu? We know that you're 100% focused on the championship because we can see it on the standings. But I mean, do you value any other of? I mean, I remember you said, for example, the other day, Portugal passed the Euro in the group of the Euro in 2016 in third place, and we became champions of the Europe. So, is this the same mentality you have? You're valuing as well the other categories, even if you're placed in third one.
In that sense, I'm more like Verstappen. But I'm the only one right now who can say that they're in it everything. I think I'm leading the epic races. I'm in the cup, which I didn't hire, but I'm alive in it. And I mean, I'm in the quarterfinal, so in retrospective, it's three more to go for the cup
Mm-hmm.
for me.
Yeah.
So um, I would say that, of course, I want it all, even the Mickey Mouse ones.
So even the Disney ones you would like to have as well. For example, pole position or driver of the day, even.
Everything, all the Mickeys. I want Mickey, I want Minnie, I want Donald Duck. I want all of them.
Okay, that's fair enough. Um, I have also another question for you guys regarding now, for example, the second half of the championship. We are going to start the second half. I think it's is it end of August, if I'm not mistaken. Well, yeah. So pretty much approaching September. I think it's the second half starts on Netherlands, the Dutch Grand Prix. So my question for you guys: how do you think that this is going to end on the second season, knowing that there are still 5 boosts to play? The motivation factor also plays a lot, and when you think that, for example, there are some drivers in previous seasons that cannot have that kind of stability to keep the same position. I could come with a very clear example, and I think he wouldn't say no. We know, for example, Tico Schumacher from previous seasons, he can maintain a very good first half of the season, but then after that, for example, it's very hard to keep the same stability. So, in your opinion, guys, do you expect to have surprises on that point of view, or do you think that on the second half, pretty much is going to be the same as you guys see here? Maybe I'll start with Nuno on this one.
I mean, I think the second half of the season is it normally shifts a bit things. It's a big break. Normally, it's a month without racing, and people just kind of reset a bit. And normally, it means to some shifting in the table. It has been shown in previous seasons, and I can safely say for myself, I've been a victim of that, where the second half has been more difficult for me and maybe made me lose championships in the past. So I would say that it can really change things. I don't think things will be the same before and after the Netherlands. So we'll see. Honestly, for now, I'm focused race by race. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try that the break won't affect me too much, but it's natural that it affects because it's so long without a race. You kind of feel you kind of lose the sense that you have of the season, how things are going. Even teams change things a lot, So you're used to maybe one team being better, and then suddenly someone comes with some upgrades and changes the things, and you're quite not adapted to it yet. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Before I ask now, Thomas, just to add on this, that the average points per race I was seeing the other day, given the all the results so far, the average I was seeing it was 6.7, which is pretty much 7 points per race, one, or which is attainable per driver. Do you think that in the second half of the season, Thomas, this can change? That somehow, for example, people are going